Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another weather update here on Liam's Weather. I am forecaster Liam County, and in today's video, all talk is going to be on Winter Storm Landon, as it is a multi-threat system. First off, we've got a serious ice and also freezing rain threat heading to portions of the Kentucky and Ohio River Valley. Second off, we have another chance for potential foot of snow or more than that across portions of the Midwest and Ohio Valley. And last but not least, as you head over the course of next week, could we have another shot of winter weather in the Carolinas? It is definitely possible that it could happen. If it does happen, it'll be the fourth weekend in a row that it will be happening. Now, Winter Storm Landon has already begun. Landon has already begun, and we've already seen some extremely impressive snow totals going all the way from 14 inches down into these double digits. We're still topping out in the double digits, and this storm has only just begun. Take a look at how far they've now extended this winter storm warning, going all the way from South Texas through the Midwest, up through the Ohio Valley, and then eventually ending there in the Northeast. I had never seen such a huge area under one advisory alone. And the most dangerous advisory of all the alerts is going to be this ice storm warning that is issued for portions of the Kentucky River Valley, where we could potentially be seeing upwards of maybe like a half an inch of snow, if not more than that. Now, over the course of tonight, the forecast is going to be very, very tricky, and I'll tell you why. Take a place like Albuquerque, New Mexico, for example. It's showing that we're going to be getting snow here, but look at that temperature. 41 degrees. We are well above that freezing mark we need to be at for snow. And once again, here's the danger zone across the Kentucky River Valley. Even though the temperatures are going to be below freezing, if you go about 5,000 to 10,000 feet up in the atmosphere, it may not be freezing, and that is exactly what is going to be happening over the course of the next couple of days. Even though, yes, it will be below freezing here at the surface, go up about 5,000 to 10,000 feet up in the atmosphere, and it may not be, and that is exactly why we have that ice threat. Now, over the course of tomorrow, the ice threat is just going to be considerably dangerous, going all the way here from Arkansas through western Tennessee, through western Kentucky, all the way up into the Ohio Valley, right where you see this pink and also that light pink area. That is going to be the extremely dangerous part of the system. And then obviously north of that, where you see that light blue area going from Oklahoma City through St. Louis up through Detroit, Michigan, extremely heavy snow, potentially once again over a foot of snow possible within this particular system. And unfortunately, it does not stop there. Even though it's done with the Midwest, we have to go all the way into the Northeast, and that is why that winter storm warning has been extended all the way into the Northeast. We could potentially be seeing another foot of snow across places of the Northeast that just saw 2 feet of snow within Winter Storm Kenan that happened last weekend. So here across the Mid-Atlantic, mostly rain across the I-95 corridor, but you had about 50 to 75 miles west of that, you have another chance of ice across portions of Pennsylvania, going through the Big Apple there in New York, all the way into Boston and Connecticut as well. And then right along the Great Lakes and interior portions of the Northeast, that's where the serious snow threat is going to be as well. Now, taking a look at how much snow we could be seeing across the board, right here across portions of the central Ohio Valley, going just east of Chicago, right here in central Indiana, and then also there in northwestern Ohio, we could be seeing easily over 18 to 24 inches of snow, which is what we just saw last weekend within Winter Storm Kenan, going all the way down to Oklahoma, easily over 5 to 8 inches, if not more than that. Here's a look at the GFS model. Let's take a look at both the models, the GFS and the European. Here's the GFS. I mean, look at this right here: 10, 12, 14 possible inches down in the portions of Missouri, Kansas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, easily upwards of 5 to 8 inches. This is obviously going to be the most dangerous zone, but all the way here into the Northeast as well. Here is the European model showing basically the exact same area right here and around that 9 to 10, maybe even 12 inches of snow, and then also seeing at least 6 to 8 inches of snow, if not more than that, across portions of Missouri, Arkansas, Oklahoma, and Kansas as well. Taking a look at how much ice we could be seeing on the GFS model. Once again, anywhere across the Kentucky River Valley, going from Arkansas, northern Mississippi, western Tennessee, western Kentucky, southeastern Illinois, Indiana, Ohio. I mean, just look at this area right here. Easily upwards of an inch of ice, if not more than that. And this is going to be causing extremely dangerous travel conditions. Do not be on the roads as we head into tomorrow. Stay inside. Everything is going to be completely covered in ice. There's probably going to be multiple power outages, considering whenever we see ice accumulate on power lines, it always makes the power go out. And this is just on the GFS model. Take a look at the European model. Potentially potentially over 1 inch, if not an inch and a half of ice. Right here, once again, across the Mississippi Valley, also across portions of the Kentucky Valley. That is going to be the most dangerous zone for this system. Here's a look at the snowfall totals across the Northeast. I mean, once again, potentially a foot of snow showing up here on the GFS model there in central New York, going all the way into places like Boston, Providence, Hartford, all those major cities that were just affected by Winter Storm Landon last weekend. And here is the European model. I mean, once again, still showing 15 inches of snow possible in central New York, which is just absolutely incredible. Now, coming up, everything you need to know about the potential for snow for the Carolinas as we head into your next week. As we head into your brand new weekend, could we be seeing another shot of winter weather across the Carolinas? Here is two of the models that we use the most often, the Euro and the GFS model. Here's a look at both of them and what they are showing. The European model is showing all of the weather farthest off the coast, really no moisture across the whole entire Carolinas, but it'll still be a little chilly. Now, the GFS model is showing a completely different thing, a very strong upper level low just off the coast of the Carolinas, but look right here across portions of the PD and on the border belt there on South Carolina, and also central and eastern portions of North Carolina. Could we be seeing another chance for ice, freezing rain, or maybe even some snow? It is definitely possible. For those of you who live along the Grand Strand of South Carolina and North Carolina, I would not get your hopes up, considering both of the models right now are showing, if we do see any precipitation across the Grand Strand, it'll just be probably be rain. Maybe if you head into portions of Florence, Marion counties, maybe you might see some flurries, if to say the least, but I really would not get your hopes up at all. Here's a look at the GFS model. There's the stationary front going across the Ohio Valley into the Northeast. We get the cold front to come through, and that brings us a small chance of rain, but that's not the main event. A new surface low is going to be forming, and that could potentially bring a slight chance for winter weather. And what I mean by winter weather is the possibility for ice, sleet, freezing rain, or maybe even some snow as well. So here we go. The front comes through, brings us a very small chance of rain throughout the day on Friday. We wait until about Saturday or Sunday, and then the brand new surface low forms, and then we get the possibility for snow, maybe even some ice as well. Taking a look at these snowfall totals that we could be seeing. You see the snowfall totals go way up there, maybe dusting there in central North Carolina, but absolutely hardly anything showing up here on the Euro model. The GFS model, let's take a look here. Once again, 10, 12 inches of snow possible across the Ohio Valley within Winter Storm Landon. The front comes through, we get our brand new surface low to form over the weekend. Maybe a little bit more than that, potentially 3-4 inches of snow possible across the upstate of South Carolina. But if we do see anything, it is definitely not going to be in any coastal areas, to say the least. It will definitely be somewhere across west of I-95 in the high elevations there in South Carolina, maybe even getting to North Carolina. But regardless of whether or not the GFS model is right or the European model is right, I still would not get your hopes up for anything at all.